He may be the first to lead the 64th Liberation Day parade, but Francisco Carbullido is blessed with an amazing life. In February, he celebrated 60 years of marriage to his wife Maria, along with their 9 kids, 18 grandchildren, and 2 great-grands. What's more amazing is his experience during World War II. Forces invaded Guam on December 8, 1941, he was one of 45 young men enlisted by the U.S. military to help defend Wake Island from the Japanese. Unfortunately, that attempt was short-lived.
And we surrendered. That's on December 23rd. They took us to an airfield, stripped all our clothing, we were naked and everything. They shuffled us into one hangar, airplane hangar. Just imagine about 2,000 people there in that hangar. You can hardly move, you cannot, and you are all naked. They make us strip our naked.
Though he was wounded, Mr. Carbullido became a prisoner of war for 3.5 years and was shipped off to China to do manual labor. He describes his living conditions as horrible and was even beaten down for stopping to rest.
We went out for work detail, and I was resting, and then, you know, guards saw me resting, so he just went and clobbered me all over here. So they have to put 3 stitches in here during my interment.
When word came the war was over, the former Chalampago mayor didn't immediately come home. He made his way to Japan, was forced to work in a coal mine, and suffered from extreme hunger for another 6 months. He and others eventually found U.S. soldiers and rode a hospital ship back to Guam. Meanwhile, his family thought he was dead, and on the final day of saying his rosary, they finally reunited. He shares how his family and him didn't even recognize each other.
So here comes my uncle across from Major Baker. Then he saw me and said, "Kadmin," that's my mother's name. "Si Frankie next to you." So my sister looked at me, and that's when we start hugging. Just imagine that I don't recognize my own mother, and they don't recognize me. I was only about 94 pounds when I came. So skinny, you know, from prison camp.
Mr. Carbullido is the last surviving member of the Wake Island prison camp, and these days Carbullido takes care of his wife. And although they aren't as active as their younger days, he gives this advice to the younger generations about life.
My only advice right now to these young folks is that they should not abuse themselves too much. You should have time to do something for your health. You have to exercise a little. You have to watch what you're eating. And don't worry too much about life.
Josh Tikenko, Pacific News Center.
Because when I was